Balake. Where is Balake at?
My name's Blake.
Do you want to go to war, Balake? I'm for real. Ron.
Ron is right here, everyone. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Saturday. Welcome back for a little bit of SPTV, where every day's a great day not to be in a cult. Guys, I have said every time Scientology or Scientologists try to pull some YouTube shenanigans of privacy complaints or copyright complaints or content ID complaints, I'm going to use those instances as opportunities to shine even more light on Scientology. Now, in this case, I received the complaint yesterday through YouTube about a video I uploaded 2 months ago. Now, the video was about these Scientology business consulting groups that act as recruitment front groups for Scientology. It's how Scientology recruits relatively wealthy, independent private practice owners into Scientology by doing a bit of a bait and switch with business consulting services that turns into like personal life coaching that turns into Scientology. Now, 2 months ago, well, here, let me just show you some stuff right off the bat. Here is the letter that I got from YouTube. Hello, growing up in Scientology. Due to a copyright removal request that we received, your video will be taken down from YouTube in 7 days. The name of the video is Scientology's new recruiting tactic, quote unquote, because it's not really new. Gives the video link, and it gives the name of the original content that Gareth Jekyll from PERFORMIA, Australia, is claiming I have violated their copyrights. Now, let me show you some stuff here. This is, let me get my big head out of the way here if I can. Here is the video that they are complaining about. You can see on the bottom, uploaded 2 months ago, 29,000 views. Now, real quick, guys, I just mentioned that this video has to do with the world of Scientology business consulting groups. In Scientology, these organizations all come under the umbrella called WISE, the World Institute of Scientology Enterprises. Now, since I'm getting a complaint about a WISE video, let me use this as an example to, or as an opportunity to ask you guys out there who have been incredibly helpful in providing me information on this subject regarding WISE, WISE arbitration, WISE mediation, and the relationship between these things, WISE arbitration, WISE mediation, and several of the ongoing lawsuits against Scientology. See, Scientology has created a work of fiction and that it is defrauding the courts with. And the fiction is that Scientology has something called an internal religious arbitration procedure, and that this procedure is based on L. Ron Hubbard written Scientology policy. Now, back in the day, in the 90s, WISE, the World Institute of Scientology Enterprises, had a WISE arbitration procedure, and they had to cancel that procedure. And in its place, they instituted what they call WISE arbitration. They had to replace this so-called, they had an arbitration procedure. They had to replace it with WISE mediation. And in the issue that they put out, canceling arbitration and instituting mediation, they had to explain that the entire arbitration procedure was not based on any L. Ron Hubbard policy. Now, a couple weeks ago, I asked a lot of you guys out there, a lot of you former Scientologists, former Scientologists who are business owners who worked in the WISE space, to send me any issues, any documentations, any letters, any emails you have from back in those days that make reference to this change in policy, this change in procedure, and the fact that the reason for this change was there's no L. Ron Hubbard policy to support an arbitration procedure. So many of you guys have sent me a lot of very useful and helpful information. And so this is just a request for anyone else out there who has any other documentation they can share with me on this subject. Incredibly helpful. Anything you have, you can send it to me at growingupinscientology@gmail.com. Okay, so where were we? This is the original video. Guys, you'll notice that PERFORMIA Australia is nowhere in the title of my video. It's nowhere in the video description. It happens to be, if you watch my 30-minute video, you'll hear me discuss PERFORMIA Australia. But other than that, you won't. This is the video of theirs that I responded to, that I reacted to. It's a very mild video, not controversial. It's a video. It's only 3 minutes long. It's supposed to show the difference between an employee who's really showing initiative and getting the show on the road versus employees who are just kind of along for the ride versus employees who are just kind of distracted and not contributing very much versus employees who are slightly making the job harder versus employees who are absolutely working against the interests of the organization. You'll notice the language there, suppressive person. This is all Scientology coded language. And in a business perspective, you know, understanding things like this can be helpful. And I just did, I responded to this video. I then went on for 27 additional minutes talking about WISE in general, WISE business consulting in general, my experience working as a business consultant for one of these WISE Scientology business consulting companies. The idea that this is not fair use is insane. I've been doing YouTube for over 7 years. I have never once been found guilty of violating copyright laws or not abiding by the fair use exception to copyright laws. I know how to paint within the, color within the lines on this subject. Okay, so let me show you a couple other things here. In the video, one of the other things I discussed, also let me please point out, up until today, this is the analytics. This is the analytics of the video that I just showed you for the past 48 hours. In the past 48 hours, 19 people in the entire world have viewed at least 30 seconds of that video. Do you see how Scientology makes a huge mistake every time? They try to make some big deal about a video on the internet that they just kind of don't like. That video is 30 minutes long. In the last 2 days, only 19 people in the entire world have watched 30 seconds of that video. And by the way, 5 of those views are probably the PERFORMIA Australia guy himself. All the views from today are probably just me watching my own video, trying to put notes together for this video. My point is, nobody was watching the damn video, but they submit a complaint. Now I'm doing a video about the complaint. I'm doing a video about the video. I'm talking about PERFORMIA Australia. I'm talking about Scientology again. The Scientology versus the internet. Scientology loses every single time. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Here we have the PERFORMIA Australia website. This is the WISE consulting company that produced the video in question. And this is one of those business consulting companies that is a front group, is really a Scientology front group to recruit private practice owners into Scientology. And it's something I have personal experience with. When I left the C organization, one of these companies is the first job I had out of the C organization was working for one of these companies. I know exactly how these companies operate and why they exist. Okay, so that's the PERFORMIA Australia website. This is the original video that I was responding to. You'll see PERFORMIA Australia has its own YouTube channel. You'll see this video is 8 years old and has a shocking 2 million views. And actually, that is how this video came to my attention in the first place. Somebody messaged me, someone who watches SPTV saw this video being promoted on LinkedIn by some pretty famous people. And they said, I think it's interesting that people, there's very famous high profile people promoting this video without even any knowledge that this video and the company that produced it is tied to Scientology. And so I thought it was interesting to discuss. That's the only reason I ever did the video in the first place. Okay, so let's see what else. You guys go back to this. You'll see the email came from Gareth Jekyll. Well, who's Gareth Jekyll? Gareth Jekyll is the CEO of PERFORMIA Australia. So there you go. And Gareth Jekyll is a Scientologist. Oh, let me get my big face out of the way again. He is a Scientologist, and he's been a Scientologist for a very long time. Now, this website here that lists, what this website does is it takes all of the Scientology magazines that Scientology sends out, and it goes through the completions list in the back of the magazines of who has finished courses and auditing actions. And it creates sort of a database of which Scientologists have finished which services. The database is nowhere near complete, but it does serve as a guide. Okay, so Gareth Jekyll, earliest Scientology record is 1997. And there's no way he could be the CEO of Performia Australia if he wasn't still a Scientologist. One of the things I covered in my original video was this article, Performia and Scientology. This is from the website xenu-directory.net, and it it goes into detail about the connections between Performia and Scientology. Let's see, and then we have some of the back office descriptions of what the status is of this video. It says, warning, your video is scheduled to be removed from YouTube due to a copyright takedown request. And it gives me, all the steps that I need to follow. So issuing a copyright strike against a channel on YouTube is a big deal in the YouTube world, because it's one of the only things that, if enough of them accumulate over a period of time, can get a YouTube channel completely deleted just like that. If you get 3 copyright strikes in a rolling 90-day period, your channel just gets deleted. In 7 years, I've never had one upheld. I've had people try and copyright strike me, and you can't dispute the process until the copyright strike actually gets applied. So basically right now I'm sort of on a 7-day countdown where I can either voluntarily delete the disputed video and nothing will happen to my channel, or I can wait for the 7 days to count down. The video will be removed. I'll get a copyright strike. And then only once the strike is applied to my channel can I do the dispute process. Now, I will win the dispute process, which is what's happened every other time. But do you see how it's really, you have to wonder what's going through their minds when they're like, I know what's a good idea. Let me file a dispute on a video that's 2 months old that literally no one is watching right now. Absolutely no one is watching this video. But I'm going to make a big deal about it, and then it's going to bring it back into the spotlight, and then more people are going to watch it. Now more people are going to be talking about Performia Australia being a recruiting front group for Scientology. Do you see? Like, Scientology cannot get out of their own way. They don't know what to do about the internet. They don't know what to do about YouTube. They don't really know how things work. So anyway, I have put an actual link to the disputed video in the description down below. If any of you just fancy to have a little bit of fun, please feel free to share the link far and wide. I have 6 more days until the video will be deleted, and the video will be deleted. I mean, it will be. Once I finish the dispute process, the video will go back up, but there's no restrictions on me continuing to promote the video for the remaining 6 days of the countdown. And that's sort of the other reason why I wanted to do this video is, like, what's the guy's name? Let me pull it up. His name is Gareth. Not a good idea. You just got to leave it alone. Nobody remembers what I uploaded 2 months ago. I don't remember what I uploaded 2 months ago. My viewers don't remember what I uploaded 2 months ago. As of yesterday, if you Googled Performia Australia, my video would not have come up in any searches for Performia Australia. But Gareth, now it will. Do you see the mistake? The title of this video has Performia Australia in it. Okay? So anyhow. All right. I don't want to be too long-winded about this, guys. Missy says, I absolutely love your t-shirt. Hilarious AF. Yes, actually, my aunt Jeannie made this t-shirt for me. It feels like it's been a few years ago, and I almost never wear it, but it is one of my favorite t-shirts. It fits really well, and it felt right. It felt right for today's video. Larry B, I've been watching and subscribed since a few thousand subscribers. Wow, OG. And now you are over 200,000. Great work. Just this morning, I broke 220,000 subscribers, guys. Literally, I woke up this morning and I was at like 220,007 or something. Later this evening, I think I am going to do maybe just a live Q&A as, just a 220,000 subscriber live Q&A just for fun. Kind of a good way to spend a Saturday evening. But thank you. Thank you, Larry, for hanging in there with me for so long. And in all these years, I mean, the channel's been around, I got to double check it, at least 7 years. I really didn't start uploading every day until 13, 14 months ago. And it went from 40,000 subscribers to 220,000 subscribers in just like 14, 15 months. And it's one of the reasons, honestly, seeing that, putting that much time and effort into posting daily, to me seemed to be what blew up the channel. It wasn't that the content changed. It wasn't that my approach to the content changed. I mean, I've gotten more comfortable as time has gone on, but I was pretty much doing the same thing, but doing more of it. And seeing that that seemed to be sort of the key to the success is one of the reasons I've been kind of pushing so many people and twisting so many arms to start their own channels. Because what's better than one person uploading content every day? 100 people uploading content every day. And I got to tell you, I think we're getting damn close to like 100 different creators. And so a lot of those creators had channels before I ever had my channel. A lot of those creators started channels recently. But the point is, it doesn't really matter when a channel was created. It matters what a channel is doing. Like, you know, as far as, you know, when someone punches Scientology into Google, I would like 10 different former Scientologist YouTube channels to pop up before any organic Scientology material pops up. That's kind of one of my goals, you know. All right, guys, thank you for hanging out with me so far this afternoon. I got a whole bunch more coming later today. So hit that subscribe button. Keep an eye out, guys. YouTube is still unsubscribing people from channels automatically. Something to do with the algorithm. It's not like some vicious, you know, conspiracy, but for some reason, the algorithm is unsubscribing people from huge channels. So just check it. You might be surprised what you see. All right, guys, stay tuned for much more. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right here.